What's going on, guys? It's your boy Maddie here with a little update. First, I want to say I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. I've had a lot of school shit going on. It's the end of the year, so I think I have 3 or 4 projects going on right now. I just had a bunch of midterms, and it's just a lot of crazy shit. I picked up my cap and gown yesterday, so that was really exciting. It finally started setting in last night, and a friend of mine pointed out at a meeting tonight we have 33 days until graduation. So that's a little scary. I'm not fully ready to be an adult, or a real adult, I should say. So there's that. The meeting I was at was my school's GSA, and that was actually really, really helpful because I wish I got involved a lot earlier, but I wasn't quite comfortable with myself at the time. A lot of tonight was talking about gender neutral bathrooms at my school because we don't have a lot. The ones we have are awful, they're small, out of date, just not really where they need to be. But then we also talked about future events that are coming up. Northampton Pride, I guess, is what we're all going to at the end of the semester. So I'm really looking forward to that, because then Portland Pride will be in June when I come home. I think it's in June. And that's always a fun time, because it's just, being around people that accept you for you. They love you for you. No one judges. You can find some really cool stuff from local vendors, small town people, small businesses, because I much rather support small businesses than big companies like American Eagle and shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like American Eagle stuff. I like name brand stuff, I'm not gonna lie, but I'd much rather sit there and support a small business like 0.5cc stuff. I love supporting Aiden because he's a small business. He does it all himself with his interns, and he makes great products. So I like supporting stuff like them, trans owned and operated, LGBT owned and operated. It makes me feel a little better supporting them. As you guys can see, I just got my hair cut yesterday. Yesterday was really, really rainy, and so it was slushy and freezing rain in the morning, so I didn't really want to walk to class. So I stayed in bed for a little bit, and then I think it was 10:30, I decided, screw it, let's go get a haircut. And I actually, I think I look a little better, a little more cleaned up. Right now I'm trying to stay on top of it because graduation's around the corner. I want to look presentable. I had something I wanted to bring up and now I can't remember it. Oh, so there was, so one of my classes I'm in is called Capstone Design, and the lady that teaches it works for a private company, and I had been debating all semester, should I tell her that I'm trans, should I not? Should I tell her that, I prefer to be referred to as he, him, I spell my name differently? So I finally said, screw it, I'm going to send her an email. And once I did, she actually responded with some really, really great advice, saying this is what would happen if you were a new hire at my company. And she actually knew somebody who was an architect that transitioned from male to female later on in her career, and she actually got me in contact with her, and this woman gave some of the greatest advice for anything being trans in the workplace. Because I've worked with the company I'm going to be working with before, I was really freaked out because I'm oh, what if people only refer to me as my dead name, or what if people only ever see me as a female? Whereas, then it kind of hit me. I was with a different region, so maybe I won't have that dilemma. I'm really hoping that's the case. But this architect was telling me, go in with the attitude of, I know who I am, I know what I'm capable of doing, and if I maintain that positivity, the other people I work with should see the same thing. Because the way I feel, I should be looked at as an employee based on how I go about doing my job, how my work ethic is, the products I give, that should define me, not how I look, you know, how many tattoos I have, the fact that I'm a trans guy, none of that should matter compared to what I do and what products I can like give out to a client at the end of the day. And that's one of the main things that this architect and I agreed on. She also advised, like, before I start even, or like right off the bat, talk to an HR rep and explain my situation, saying, you know, yeah, this is my legal name, but I prefer to go by Matt or Maddie, spelled Matty, and I prefer male pronouns, and I have started testosterone and would like to use the men's restroom. I think that's the scariest thing for me, because like right now I do not pass, like, at all. I don't think I do anyways. So that's a little intimidating for me. Not very often do I feel confident enough to use the men's room. So that'll probably be the hardest thing to discuss, I think, with a new employer. Like, luckily, my job is a lot of outdoor stuff. So most times, I will, you know, be outside on a job site and they'll have porta potties, which, as nasty as they can be, I'd much rather use a porta potty than have to choose between a gendered bathroom, because, you know, like, every porta potty's gender neutral. No one's gonna freak out about me using it after them. It's only one person at a time, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Yesterday was my 1 month follow-up on T, and it was 3 weeks on T, so I had my fourth and final shot of my first vial, and the nurse practitioner that I normally see is out right now, so another nurse practitioner, the only other one through Maine Family Planning that does, like, hormones, ended up messaging me back saying, you know, all the things you're going through are normal. You're still really early in your transition, so, like, it's not uncommon that, like, you still have some of these things that you don't want. It's not uncommon that you don't have any facial hair yet. I think this week is when my voice, like, just started to really drop, like, noticeably to me. And it's not even that noticeable. It's just, like, scratchy, almost like I've been coughing, which I haven't. So, like, I explained that all to her, and she ended up saying, like, halfway through her message, what are your thoughts on maybe upping your dosage? So I thought about it, and it didn't take long for me to decide, you know what, yeah, let's do it. I'm not too worried, because then at my 3 month, they're going to do blood work, and if my T levels are too high, they can easily just put it back down a little bit. I'm hoping with it being bumped up from 0.25 mLs up to 0.4, hopefully I'll start seeing results a little faster, because my really big hope is that by the time I start work right after Memorial Day, I'll at least be a little more likely to pass. Because, you know, the least amount of time that I don't pass, I think the better for me personally, just, like, mentally. It's less chances of, like, awkwardness at work. And that was something, actually, that that architect that I mentioned, she brought up a really interesting point of, after I've been on testosterone for a while, she thinks a lot of my coworkers will stop seeing me as a trans guy and just see me as a guy. And it actually made me laugh, because she said, when that happens, be ready for your male privilege, because it's going to shock you. And then she added another comment of, men can be interesting creatures. Trust me, I lived among them for so many years. Which, you know, to, like, hear her say that to me, it actually, like, really validated me. But I'm, like, really hoping I'm not one of those weird guys. Like, I really hope I'm not a weird guy. I don't want to be known as one of those guys that, like, does all the nasty stereotypical guy shit. Like, shaving the beard and leaving the fucking hair in the sink. Like, that's just gross. I don't need to do that. You know, I don't smoke. I don't do any of those stereotypical, like, gross things, so we'll see. But for me, a big thing is, like, I do enjoy being chivalrous. I don't know if that really qualifies as male privilege. Well, I guess we'll find out. So, other than that, it's pretty much where I'm at. The 26th, I think. 23rd, 26th, something like that. Oh, no, it's 23rd will be 1 month on T. So I'm pretty excited to look at like a side-by-side comparison on the 23rd. So that's next Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. And that'll just be a couple days after my first 0.4 injection. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm going to try to post a little better. Hopefully I make time to at least do maybe 2 videos a week, but we'll see. I'm still working on the logo. If anyone has suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll catch up with you guys later. Bye.